Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got some budget-friendly DIYs using mostly Dollar Tree items. So if you want to know how to make them, stick around. I'll show you how. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Right, Maxwell? Okay, for this first one, I'm going to use for the drawer units from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to pull all the drawers out. And then I'm also going to pull the handles off because we are not going to use these. Next, we're going to stack these together. We're going to take some E6000 glue. Now, you're going to have to put a pretty generous amount of the 6000 glue on here. And then this is just a toothpaste holder that I'm using and some pliers. And it works really good to get it flowing out of there. So you just want to put a little bit in each one of the corners. And then we're going to stack it on top and we're going to clamp them together until they dry. But be sure and put plenty of glue on here. I'm just using little pink clamps from the Dollar Tree, just kind of clamp them together so that they do stay together while the glue dries. Some of these are a little bit loose. You have to kind of try them out a little bit. They're not all going to work good, but that one did. And just try to find some that will work. And then just put this aside to dry and you're going to build the other one exactly the same way. And these clamps work really good because they're not over powerful. You don't want to kind of squinch it in there together. It just holds it in place while it's drying. Next, I'm going to take some painter's tape and I'm going to go all the way around the edge of each one of my little drawers. So just start right up underneath the ledge right there, go all the way around. And if you have a smaller painter's tape, use it. This is just all I had right now. But you want to go from one side to the other. You want to just cover that up completely. And the reason why we're doing that is because we're going to paint the front of the door, but we're not going to paint the sides. So I got these little cup drawer pulls from Amazon. I'll give you the link for these, and I'm just going to put one of these on each one of my doors. Now just mark with a pen exactly where your holes are, and then we will drill these here in a little bit. But just make sure that you do get it lined up and that you do have the cup part facing downward. But just really get it above where that opening was that had a little handle on it because you want to cover that up. Next, I'm going to take a very small drill bit and I'm going to drill a hole through that. Now, if you push through there, you can get it through pretty easily. Normally, I'd use a nail setting tool on this, but you couldn't use it on this. It kept moving around. So just really push into it as you're drilling and you can go right through that. And you're going to drill every single one of your little drawers with a small drill bit. Next, I got some small paper brads, and that's what I'm going to attach my handles with. Just run them through the holes, then run them through your little box, and then just open them up into the back. Now, if you feel like you need to put a little bit of glue on there, I would go ahead and do that there. I probably should have put just a little dab of glue around the top edge, but this worked pretty good. I'm not going to put heavy stuff in the drawer, so I'm not going to be pulling it hard open to get it open. But just open up your brads in the back. Now, you can also put a little dollop of hot glue on the back of the brad, and then they won't go back through the hole as well. And I'm just using some pliers to open them up and then flatten them out. And I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so once you get them pushed through there, just open them up and then flatten them down with your pliers. Flatten them open. And you're going to do all of them exactly the same way. Okay, after those have dried, go ahead and remove your clips. And then we're going to take them outside and we're going to spray paint them with a matte black fusion paint. And we're going to paint the entire holder and the very front of the drawer. After those have dried, just go ahead and remove all your painter's tape from each one of them. Now, don't worry that there's paint on the bottom. You're not even going to see that. We just wanted to make sure that there was no paint on the sides, on the outside of it, because we are going to cover that with some contact paper. Okay, next I'm going to measure the height of my drawers and measure about 1 5/8. And then you want to take a measurement all the way around, and it is about 11 3/4. And then you're going to cut 8 strips out of your contact paper to go around that. And then don't worry if you don't get it exactly perfect, because I'm going to show you how to trim it out here in just a little bit. And I'm pretty sure that I got this contact paper from Amazon. I'll have to look for the link. So go ahead and peel it back. Start right at the edge of your door, and that's going to be kind of behind the door. And then you want to make sure as you're pulling it, make sure you do get it straight. And you can do this pretty easy without any buckling in it, but you're going to go all the way around the door and then just smooth it out real good. And then when we get to the other side, it was a little bit too long, so I did have to trim it out just a little bit. But you just want to go up underneath that little crevice area, and you'll see if you get these little drawers. But spend some time getting it pretty smoothed out, and you can do this. It's not that hard. And then just tuck that under, and then do all your drawers exactly the same way. And then see how I have it overhanging on the bottom? I'm just going to use an X-Acto knife and I'm going to trim all the way around it. And once you get it trimmed, just kind of smooth it out really good, and then we're going to go ahead and place it into our cabinet. And you're going to do all the rest of the drawers exactly the same way. And this is how it looks once you get done. So I'm just going to take a measurement on the raised area at the top, and I'm going to cut a piece of that contact paper out to go onto this as well. Next, I'm going to take my Crop-A-Dile and I'm going to punch the little corners so that they have like a U shape or an oval shape. And I had to share this with you because I haven't used this tool in so long that I didn't open up the top. If you haven't used some of your tools in a long time and then you had to refamiliarize yourself with them, I'd love to hear it in the comments. And then I'm just going to lay it right across the top. Now, I'm not worried about the corner pieces right here because I am going to cover those up, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Okay, next for the corners, I got these little black brads. I'm just going to take some pliers and cut the ends of them off. So just cut them all off, and then once you get them all cut off, you're going to have to take them, kind of smash down the center part into these. And then I'm just going to glue one on every single corner, and that way you won't see the raw edge there. And if you didn't get your corners curved, like I didn't get mine, then it does cover that up nicely. It just gives it a little bit more of an industrial look. And I'm going to do both of them exactly the same way. Okay, next I got a piece of wood that's kind of similar in size to these, and I'm going to put both of these side by side, and then I'm just going to mark right next to it and cut this off. I just want it big enough to where a little bit overhangs all the way around. Okay, next you want to just kind of get all the splinters off of this, and then I'm going to stain this with the Waverly Antique Wax. Be sure and get the sides as well, and I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom of mine also. To mount this to your board, since this has an indent in the bottom, you are going to have to cut some gallon stir sticks, and you're going to cut a couple of these for each one, and then that way when you glue it in, you'll have a place for the glue to adhere to your wood. I'm using E6000 glue to do this. Now, I would recommend taking your bottom drawer out because you don't want to glue your sticks to the bottom of your drawer, otherwise you won't get that open. Just kind of pull it out just enough to kind of clean any of the glue off that you got on there, and then put some glue on the opposite side, and then we will add our boards. But I would take the drawer completely out if I was to do this again. And then just put your boards right on top of there and let those dry. And you're going to do the same thing with the other one. Then to mount these, I'm going to put some E6000 glue on here and some hot glue. And I'm sorry I got out of the camera when I put my E6000, but I put a generous amount on there. And then just set these side by side and let them dry. This was a quick and easy project, and I think this turned out so cute. Let me know what you think in the comments. For this next one, I got these two little cutting boards from Amazon, and I got the two pallets from Dollar Tree. Now, I'm not going to mount them this way. I'm just kind of mocking it up so I can get a measurement on how big I need the bottom of my basket to be. So just get a measurement exactly how long it is and then how wide it is. And then you're going to cut a piece of wood to fit into the bottom. And I'm just using a piece of scrap wood on this. You just want it to be wide enough, the same width as your cutting board. And then I'm just going to cut that off right there. And spend a little bit of time really sanding this smooth. Next, to assemble this, I'm going to put some wood glue on both sides of my piece of wood, and I'm going to line my cutting boards up right up against the sides. Now, I got these on Amazon. You get 10 to a pack for about $19. And then take your clamps and clamp it. Now, you're going to have to probably spend a little bit of time straightening it out, because once I started putting my clamps on there, it did kind of slide a little bit. So just really be cautious of that. If it does slide, you need to fix it before it does dry. Next, I got these little jars from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove all my labels, and then I'm going to wipe them down with some rubbing alcohol. Now, I ended up only using one of these for this project, but I did paint both of them with a flat black Krylon paint. Okay, after my sides are completely dried, then I'm going to go ahead and add my crates. Now, I'm going to put my crates with the wood side out. That way, it butted right up against my cutting boards without any problems. So just lay it right there, and I think it looked really cute this way, and we're just going to glue these on with some wood glue also. Just kind of get them lined up, add your wood glue, and then we're going to clamp these as well. And you don't need a lot of wood glue, just get enough on there where it will adhere. Just line that up, and then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, and then we will clamp these. But you definitely need to take the time once it does dry, or once it does set up, that you do go ahead and get all the excess glue off. So you want to do that before it completely dries. And I'm going to go ahead and clamp mine and then remove mine. So just kind of go down at the bottom, kind of squeeze it in there pretty tight on both sides, and then just clean up the excess glue. You don't want to wait till it dries because you're not going to get it off, and we are going to stain this, so you want to make sure you do take the time to get your wood glue off. And Q-tips come in real handy for this kind of a project. Okay, next I'm going to take some of the Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to stain this entire piece. Now I'm starting with a sponge brush, and then I'm going to take a rag to kind of wipe off the excess. It works really good with this, but you can try to get it on first kind of heavy, and then wipe off the rest that's not going to absorb into the wood. I use gloves when I'm doing this because that antique wax doesn't tend to get up underneath your fingernails, and it is hard to clean off. And then whatever's left on the rag, you can actually use to stain some more of it, and then use your brush to go ahead and apply the next coat. And I only used one coat on this. I mean, it really goes on pretty smoothly. You take your time to really wipe it down once you get all your stain on here. Okay, next I'm taking a dowel stick to make the handle, and I'm just going to put it flush up against both sides. Now you can cut this with a miter cutter. It cuts it real easy because these are kind of soft. And then I'm going to stain this to match my little basket. Okay, next to give this a nice aged look, I'm using the Magnolia Aged Black Wax. You get this at Lowe's, but you want to pull a lot of it in here onto your sponge. The more you put onto your sponge, the darker it'll be. And this just gives it a nice aged look without having to use paint and distress it. This just really does give it a nice look. I really like this wax, and I think I'm going to start using it on more of my projects to give it a nice aged look. And if you don't like the aged look, skip this part completely. But the more you rub it into the bamboo, the darker it gets. And I'm going to put mine on pretty heavily. I'm going to kind of go fast on this so you can see at the end how much I put on there. But I am going to put quite a bit. And I'm also going to put it on the inside as well, not just on the outside. And then be sure to do the same thing with your handle. Next, I'm going to use some of those same paper brads that I used in the first project, and I'm going to cut 16 of these. And then once you get the little peg off the bottom of them, you go ahead and push them down inside so that they do not stick up. So when you put them onto your project, they are flat. To attach my handle, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on both sides and then just put my handle right through there. And then just push it right down to the bottom, and it should stay in place. To dress this up just a little bit, I got these little L brackets from Amazon. They're just like a little 1-inch L bracket. I'll give you the link for these. And I'm going to put one on every single corner, at the top and at the bottom. And then where the hole is, where a screw would normally go in, that's where I'm going to attach my little brads. And hot glue worked just perfect for this. You don't need anything stronger than that. And then I'm just going to take my little brads and I'm just going to glue them right into the center on both sides. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side so that it does match. And you do want to put a brad on each one of the holes, so make sure that you are covering each one of them. And you know, I had you push those down so that they'd be more flush. Honestly, don't push your little brads down like I did with the pliers. You probably need a little bit of height where the glue will adhere just a little bit better if you don't do it that way. And I'm just going to add some pretty flowers to my vase. I'm just going to sit it right down in my crate. Look how cute that is. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next, I'm going to take this little Dollar Tree tray, just remove all my labels, and then I'm going to wipe it down with some rubbing alcohol. And then I'm just going to paint this with a Stonehenge colored paint. I'll have to try to find the link for this one. This was a good color. And I'm just going to paint the entire thing a solid color. Next, to give it a little bit of two-tone effect, I'm going to mix a little bit of white with the gray, and then I'm just going to kind of randomly brush it through here. This will just kind of give it a little bit of a two-tone color. Just kind of brush it in, get it smoothed in really good, and do all the sides and everything. This will blend in nicely if you just keep brushing it. Next, to age it a little bit, I'm going to use some of that same black aging wax, and I'm going to brush this on pretty heavily.
And this will just give it a nice aged look. And I think there's other brands besides Magnolia on this. Just look for one that has a black wax. Next, I got these little wallflower pots from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use 2 of them for this project. And I'm going to place one kind of at the top and one at the bottom. And then I got these plants from Amazon, and just twist them and you can pull the plant out. And I pulled 2 of these out, and that's what I'm going to put inside. Okay, next I'm going to drill a hole about 1 inch down from the top, and this is where we're going to put our little hanging piece. And you're going to have to do this because you're not going to be able to put a hanger onto the back of this. We're going to drill a hole, and then we're going to run some jute through it or some macrame yarn through it to make it hang. And you're just going to drill your hole big enough to run some macrame yarn through it. I'm just making a loop big enough where it hangs, where you don't see it from the back. But leave enough at the end because we are going to have to tie a few knots to get this to hold together. So just kind of twist it together, run it through that hole, and then we're going to tie it into a few knots to get it to hold in place. And you do want to tie several knots because you want to make sure that this does not come undone. And then just go ahead and cut your excess off. And then we're going to go ahead and mount our little flower pots to this using some E6000 glue. And you want to put plenty of this E6000 glue on here because you do not want those falling off. And do the same thing with the other one. And that was pretty much it. This was a pretty simple project. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope it gave you some inspiration. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if nobody's told you today, you're awesome. See you next time. Thanks for watching.